Good afternoon, Healthies. Just giving you the Roberts Talks video. There's a couple of documents you're going to use today. The first one is this one, the Community Health Class Identified Health Concerns. It's on the Learning Place, which you can get to quite easily. Just go to students.learningplace.eq.edu.au. It'll be on the piece of paper I left the teacher. And in there you'll be able to click on My Studios or Ed Studios, and then list there will be Health Education. Go to Year 12, select the second unit, scroll down to get to today's date. You'll see the documents there. I've also got them on the shared drive, that's easier. But here's how to use this. So this document has 6 boxes there. If you need more, you can copy more, but I want you to do at least 6. So you pick one concern, one health concern that we've listed on the board from the brainstorm the other day. And for each of those concerns, you're going to build some information. So the first one is, what is the basic health need that's interrupted? So remembering back to our very first lesson we had on this unit, I gave you a list of basic health needs, things like safe and secure housing, adequate and full food, etc., etc. You've got those needs in your book or taking a photo on your phone. So identify the basic health need that's interrupted. Also identify the population or populations that are affected by this health issue. Could be more than one population. And then the stakeholders. Now stakeholders have a responsibility but may not be affected by it. So responsibility means that they can change something about the issue to improve health. And then you're going to look at the determinants. Now you'll notice there's 2 lots here. There's the individual determinants and there's the community determinants, both for proximal and distal. So if you know there's a proximal determinant that's related to knowledge, you would put it in this box here. Or a distal determinant related to values, you would place it in that box there. So this is where you're being specific. So for example, a determinant related to knowledge could be the curriculum. You don't control the curriculum, it's controlled by somebody else, so that would be a distal knowledge determinant, and you put their curriculum. You'll fill that out, flesh those determinants out, and down the bottom is where you need to do a little bit of talking with each other, with the teachers in the classroom, or maybe a little bit of research. What are the existing local actions? So what are the things currently happening in the school to address this concern? Now, they may not, whether you think they're working or not is irrelevant, whether you think that they're appropriate or not is irrelevant, it's just what they're currently doing. This existing government policy, you'll complete that after tomorrow's lesson when you learn about the government policy. So the best way to do this is download it, start typing in the box for one concern, and then go on to the next one and fill it out. These should be fairly informative, these boxes. They're not going to be brief. Particularly when you get to these determinants, you might have, and I would expect you to have multiple points in some of these boxes. You may not use every box, but the more boxes you use, the better off you're going to be in a couple of lessons' time when we look at collecting primary evidence and starting to structure your proposal. If you don't identify many determinants, you're not going to have a very informed piece to choose. So then once you've got all of these, if there is one with clearly more information than the others, that's the one you go with, because more information is better. But I can help you choose these later on. So this is the community health or the class identified health concerns. That's how you're going to use that one. Now there's also another sheet that we're going to have a look at, which is the HED risk planner. Again, it's on the Learning Place, on that Ed Studio, and it's also on the shared drive. But this is the HED risk planner. Now this is an adaptation of the government risk management document. This table that we've got here is how we determine a risk level. So your risk level is by looking at the likelihood of an incident, so how likely it is that something could occur, and the consequence of that incident. And you use those to cross-reference and get either a low, a medium, high, or extreme risk that's determined. You'll notice over here that I've got 3 boxes. With the 6 you got from your class identified health concerns, you put your top 3 in here. Okay, and this is going to be another sheet that will help you determine which one you're going to propose on. So you put your health issue in, determine your likelihood. So how likely there's going to be some incident because of the health issue occur. So if we take, for example, stress, if we were doing stress, how likely is it that students will get stress? We look down here, you could say it's almost certain the students are going to get stressed because of exam blocks. Okay, if it's only no, we'll say almost certain because of exam blocks. Definitely is, maybe likely. The consequence is what's going to come because of it. So if we look across here, we have no treatment, simple recovery, medical treatment in school, medical treatment out of school, or withdrawal from school. Clearly 3, 4 and 5 is not going to happen for stress or the levels of stress that you guys experience. You're really going to be no treatment or simple recovery. So I myself would choose simple recovery because you have the stress before holidays. So it's exam block time, get stressed, have a holiday, you recover. So for almost certain simple recovery, we've got a medium risk level, and you can identify the medium risk level. Then over in this table here, it says medium. We want to look at primary and secondary interventions focusing on the individual, which is downstream, or primary health education, community health. So it already tells you from the framework for health promotion action where you should be targeting. So you can suggest your actions in this box. So again, you'd fill out 3 of them, and using this information, we can actually make an informed choice for the issue that you're going to use for your proposal. That is your work to do today, doing those 2 worksheets and taking the time to do them properly. If for some reason you work hard enough and you have both of them completed to a level that is to the standard of the work that you want to produce, then you might be able to start thinking about how you're going to gather this primary evidence. Otherwise, I'll be in the room tomorrow. You can catch up with me then, and we'll see you next week.